Good morning everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. So today I wanted to do a quick project. Well, I say it's a quick project. It's probably gonna take me a couple hours because that's how all my projects have been lately. But I wanted to plant up a couple of pots. Let's see if you guys can see them. A couple of metal pots that I have in my front yard, kind of by my front gate. And the inspiration that I took from was I found this picture on Pinterest. I'll put it on the screen right now, but I don't know where the source is. I took a screenshot of it. So I'm gonna try and find it again on Pinterest so I can link it for you guys. So if any of you guys know the source, let me know so I can link it down below. But I just loved it. I thought it was so beautiful. It was a really pretty, you know, like silver, metal, and purple inspired vignette. I don't know how else to describe it, but I just loved it. And I thought it would be absolutely perfect for these pots that I have right here. And these pots I actually got from IKEA a couple of years ago, and they might still have them because they've had them for a couple years. So they're nothing special. I think they're supposed to be just plant cover pots, but I did drill some holes into the metal of those. So like you guys saw in that inspiration photo, it had a watering can, and that was kind of piqued my interest because I did purchase this watering can from a big box store, and I hate it. It's the worst watering can I've ever purchased. When you pour it out, the water like splashes on all the flowers. It doesn't come out in a nice stream. And it had one of those things, I don't even remember what they're called, one of those things that are at the end, and that was horrible. So I took it off, and I've pretty much lost it now. I took it off to try and see if it would be better just coming out like this, and it's still absolutely terrible. So it's just not a good watering can, and what I'm planning to do is drill some holes in the bottom of this and plant this up with a couple purple flowers as well. And I thought that would be really pretty with these other two metal planters that I have right here. So that's my plan for today. I'm going to show you guys a closer look about what I have in there right now. You know, it's just a couple of violas and, you know, not very interesting stuff. So I'll show you what I have right now, and then we'll get to the planting. All right, so right now you can see I have a couple of tulips that are done. I got to pull those out. And then in the pots, these are some violas that I grew from seed, which was very cool, but I don't know, they're fine. I just don't love them. And then here's some purple sweet alyssum that I might even keep if I have any extra room. Over here, this is an evergreen, and I don't remember the name of this evergreen. I'm really sorry. I got it last year, and hold on, there's a car. So I got this plant last year, and my goal was to put it over here. Can you guys see that? No, because of the shade. But this is my Wichita blue juniper that I absolutely love, and I wanted like a blue evergreen in this spot right here. So my plan was to use that plant, that unknown name plant, but then I saw this one and I thought, oh, this is way better, so I'm gonna get that. Can you guys see? So the scrub jays are trying to steal the fiber from my hanging basket, and I've caught them a couple times. I posted it on my Instagram. So I just wrapped these kitchen towels around it to protect it, and it's working really well. So ignore that. It's just to protect my hanging baskets until the scrub jays are done making their nests. So anyway, this plant over here, I don't need it anymore. I'm going to give it to a friend who just moved into a new house. And so hopefully they can use it. But yeah, so I'm just going to have a bunch of purple plants. You can kind of see the ones that I purchased from the store this morning. So my thriller for the big pot right here, this big one, my thriller is going to be this Mystic Spires Blue Salvia. And I don't know if you guys know this plant, but I absolutely love it. I have a couple of them dotted over here all along this fence. So there's like this swath of purple once they start blooming. The pollinators absolutely love it, and it does so well in our heat. So this is probably one of my favorite plants, along with the Helen von Stein lamb's ear, to grow in our heat. So this is going to be my thriller, and it's going to get really, really big. And then surrounding that, I found another one of my favorite plants, which is, this is a common heliotrope. And this has the most amazing vanilla smell. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I got 3 of those to put around the salvia. And then to intersperse and to kind of hang over, I got the lamium. And this one will have purple flowers for a little bit of the year, but not the whole year. And I really got it just for the foliage. And then I'm going to intersperse that with Nemesia. And the Nemesia is not going to last in our heat. But I figure once the Nemesia's done, everything else is going to be taking over. So I hope I can fit all of these in that small pot. I'm not totally sure. I'm not confident, but I figured I might as well have more than not enough. So then in the watering can, I'm thinking about putting this trailing purple lantana, which is another plant that does fabulous for us in our heat. And so I think these are metal pots. So with it doesn't get late afternoon sun. It only really gets morning and midday sun. But I still think that it'll be really, really hot. So I wanted to get some heat tolerant plants. The Nemesia is not a heat tolerant plant, but I figured that the lamium will definitely be heat tolerant. And then in this one, this pot right here, if you guys watch my kitchen garden video that I just posted last week, I took out a whole bunch of SUPERBENA sparkling amethyst verbena that was absolutely gorgeous, and I cut it all back, but I think I'm gonna put it in here, but it looks really bad right now. So I got some of these bacopas to just to give it some color until the SUPERBENA kind of grows in. So again, I'm not expecting these to last very long, maybe like a month or 2, and I'm not expecting the Nemesia to last very long, maybe a month or 2. But my goal is to have this whole area just be a beautiful pop of purple. And then right behind it, I have my star jasmine that's about to start flowering. It usually flowers around Mother's Day is kind of how I think of it. So I think it's just going to be really, really beautiful. So yeah, so that's my plan. I'm going to empty out all of these and put all new soil in because the soil has been in for over a year, I would say. So it's due for some new soil. So, all right, let's get to it. Okay, so I have the holes drilled in the watering can. That went pretty easy. And then I took out all the plants. That went pretty easy. And then I refilled them with new soil. So far so good. Hopefully things continue on. So far this is turning out to be a pretty easy project. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get those SUPERBENAs and I'm gonna plant them up and then start putting in all the rest of the stuff. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is just like tie in all the drip. I already put one of the black drip tubes through the watering can because I want all this to be connected to my drip system because I don't want to have to worry about it. So that's pretty much it. Okay, you guys, I am all done and I am really happy with how it turned out. My favorite part is the watering can with the trailing lantana in it. I think that it is so cute and a really good way to reuse something in your garden. And I think the lantana is actually going to be really happy because the metal will keep it really, really warm. So I have a feeling this lantana is going to go crazy. I did have one mishap when I was planting. You guys can probably tell my thriller broke off. So the salvia is wonderful, but it is brittle. It is in the mint family, so it has hollow stems. So just be careful when you're planting them because they can break off really easily. I'm not worried about it. I feel like that these are going to grow back super, super quickly, especially because we're going to be so hot next week. We're going to rain this weekend, and then we're going to be in the 80s next week. So I think everything looks great except for the sparkling amethyst SUPERBENA, and that's just because I just transplanted it from my kitchen garden. But again, within a couple weeks, it's just going to take over, and these sweet little blooms are going to be just covering this whole pot to the point probably where you're not even going to see the bacopa. So really the bacopa was just to take me through over the next couple weeks until the SUPERBENA takes over. So I love that plant. It's one of my favorites. It's definitely Jason's favorite. He talks about it every time he walks by that plant. He was really disappointed when I took it out of the kitchen garden. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing, and I hope you all have a chance to get into your garden today.